Do we even play League of Legends for fun anymore? Personally, I know that I try to play for fun, but in every single game, there's this underlying tension, I think, between every player because perfection is expected from all of your teammates. And when you have an expectation of perfection, then you have an unrealistic expectation of your teammates and the game. I'm going to show you a play from my game yesterday that this Yone goes for, and I want you to try not to laugh because it is funny. But that's not the point I'm trying to make, as you'll see. But this is an Emerald 3. So this guy is good at the game, top 10%. Giga Chad? Oh, God. Now, what is your response to that? Is your response, that guy fucking sucks at the game? Because if it is, that is part of the problem. Game fundamentals aside, if we look at the map state here, he should have been resetting there. But he doesn't, because sometimes you don't do the right thing in League. He goes for this play instead. I instantly feel empathy for his attempt at a play there. I see the potential in it. It would have looked cool if he pulled it off. It's Yone shit. He's just a champ that can do stuff like that. And this Ambessa comes in with the, no, this Yone is trash. Off that one play. Like, I get why it's hard to watch that and be like, that guy's good at the game. But what I don't get is black and white assumptions around that play. The guy is the top 10% in the game. We're all top 10% of the game. Our fundamentals of the game are very good. And what we do when we call someone dog shit for making a play like that is we normalize not being able to try things. And maybe this isn't the perfect play to look at and say this, but getting first blooded, fucking up in a way that makes you look bad. I make plays that I'll show you. I have a folder dedicated to my bad plays. I mean, this is a newer folder, but
I don't kill him with that out ignite though. Now that's the bad part.
Take a fucking gander at this abomination.
Dude, it was right on the fucking edge. Really?
This game is a frustrating game, and what we've started doing is pushing that frustration onto our teammates, and then they push that frustration onto other people, and we've just cultivated this fucked up ecosystem of frustration at the game. And if we're always frustrated, we can't enjoy the game, right? You can only enjoy the game when things are going perfectly or really well. I actually want to see this one too. I remember this. This is fucking horrible.
I've denied the pass.
Alright, I don't want to let them get away because I want to reset their backs for some reason. My peak is D3 if you're curious. What am I doing? Fuck, dude. That was not it. That was definitely not it. Jesus Christ. Stuff like this just happens, or maybe I'm just fucking bad. I hope it's not just that I'm bad, but the process of learning is overcoming your tendency to do really stupid stuff in game. That is just part of the learning process. And the hardest part is you get to a certain point where you know what you're doing is like complete monkey brain bullshit, but you do it anyways. And then you get really frustrated with yourself. And that's like, when you get to that point, that is where mental is all that matters, because you're at the point where you can push that frustration with yourself onto your teammates, or you can use that to be like, okay, I'm at a point where to improve further, I have to be more mentally strong. I can't just autopilot the game. What do I do? How do I approach this problem? And pretty much the solution is to build mental fortitude in your life. You build your life around how you approach the game, and that bleeds into aspects of your other life as well. You have to experiment and try things in game as well as outside the game on how you approach life. So when I int in my Jace turret shot play, it's it's feeling the frustration, because the frustration is a trigger for change. It's your body saying, that was fucking dumb. How can I make myself not do that later on? Because this game is very punishing in that if you do something like that and you're in the top 10, 20%, your lane is fucking over for the most part. I mean, your lane is over. The game is not over because people make mistakes outside of laning phase, But the game is your lane is you pretty much just have to be passive, or just do some magic, which is what a challenger player would do. But you're not at a challenger level, and even challenger players get to a certain point where if they make a mistake like that, or even a small mistake in lane, they know their lane is over. So it is the same at all levels. You just have more flexibility for comebacks at lower elos. So with that Jace play, what I can think is, in that moment, I overexerted myself. And why did you do that? Was it because I want to get that one more hit on the Sylas for the dopamine? Was it because I was panicked and thought my lane is fucked if I don't overcommit here because I don't have Ignite anymore? Yeah, interesting things to consider. All to say, try to chill out a little bit in game. I'm trying to chill out a little more. Just enjoy it. Your teammates are going to grief you. You are going to grief your teammates. That is part of the game. You're going to be frustrated. They're going to be frustrated. What can you learn from the frustration? How can you move forward with it? Etc. Thank you for listening to me. Goodbye.